welcome back to the channel. This is the finished product of the Suzuki Jimny, or in the US, the Suzuki Samurai. This build took me roughly 76 hours to complete from start to finish. A lot of work done here on the body and also on the wheels, as you've seen in prior parts of the video. So let's go over this one and show you what's all in here. So we'll start off with the wheels. The wheels are the Convo Pros. These were painted in chrome from AK Super Chrome. And these were printed by Josh Reese over at VCG Resins by Reese, a good friend of mine. These came out great. The actual rubber are low profile rubber tires, come from Pegasus. They are rubber tires that come just by themselves, no actual rims or wheels, just the tires themselves. The body kit itself was custom made over by Northwind Customs, and this is something that I worked with him on regarding dimensions and an actual kit that exists out in real life for ground effects. And so we looked at it, made some changes, revisions, and it turned out phenomenal. The interior is a metallic Ford teal color, and I got this from Jameson over at Scale Finishes. The seatbelts were ribbon and a seatbelt photo etch kit that had different types of seatbelt buckles and such. The two subs back here are custom. They are evergreen styrene tubing, and then an actual 3D printed speaker that I had to shave down pretty well to get it to fit in there. And you can see it right there. The wiring is just some wiring that came out of distributor caps from ProTech, and I used those here for it. Everything else inside of here is stock. Oh, actually, the steering wheel is also by VCG Resins by Reese as well. The dashboard was flipped from right to left, entirely broken down and redesigned by Northwind Customs as well. So I definitely appreciate all of his work and help with getting this, or else I would not be able to do this correctly. Overall, very happy with the build. There were a couple issues that I had with it that, due to customization and whatnot, we'll kind of go over the issues that I saw. One was the actual light here. It's a little tilted to the left. I set this part upright, vertical, to have it dry, and unfortunately it moved a little bit. These are the actual clear plastic lights that come in the kit, but I had to sand them down severely to make them fit in these two holes here. The windshield wiper blades are unfortunately going the wrong way. That is something that I did not see here, and unfortunately this kit only has them going for a right-sided steering wheel, so I did not have any to move to the left, and flipping them, they would have looked weird, so I kept them this way. It is a flaw, but nothing that you would know unless you really looked at it to understand that. The taillights here in the back are also part of the ground effects kit from Northwind Customs. And then the interior, I had to paint it. It's not polka dot, it's like a rectangle etch style. There's a picture right here that I'll show you. This is what I was going for on the gray side, as this is what was in the actual vehicle. This is a replica 1-to-1 build, and as you can see here on the door cards and on the front interior, it has the exact same as well. The glass in this had a couple scratches, so I had to go and redo all of it, but it turned out very, very nice overall. On the underside, everything is stock. It was 4-wheel drive. I actually took the transfer case out and the additional U-joint out here and removed all that, just leaving the pumpkin by itself. The exhaust is stock up until right behind here. Right behind here I had to get my own evergreen styrene and cut it in order to fit and go over the pumpkin and over to this area. And this is a 3D printed part by Josh Reese as well to give me that look of a 90s mini truck. Overall, very happy with the build. Definitely some things I can learn and improve on, but it was a great build that I enjoyed. The biggest issue I had with it was the filling in the gap in the areas of cutting the stock body to put the 3D printed ground effects kit on. The filling, the sanding, it was definitely a little bit of a hassle just to kind of get to work and match right. I initially used 3D resin as a filler, which worked great, but as you sand it, it got thin and it didn't adhere well to the plastic and the actual cured resin that was already on the parts. I then went to Tamiya white putty. That started to be blotchy and didn't sand smooth. I then went to glazing putty, and that worked well, but I realized I had to dry sand it. I could not wet sand the most of it because I would take too much off and it would leave too many hills and valleys across the board. White primer base with Tamiya TS29 pure white, and then Tamiya, I believe it's TS80, the matte. That's what this is for the paint and body. The 1-to-1 before it was sold was in this exact condition, looking right here with the primer only. I was going to do just a primer couple layers and call it a day and keep it that way. But unfortunately, when I was building, the primer kept on getting scratched when I was still doing work. So I decided to go this route of a white primer base, white base paint, and then matte to give it back that primer look with a little light sheen. The head markers on the sides are hand painted. All the black trim around the trim of the doors, any black in the front and back, that was all masked off. I had a great time with a local club member at his house doing all this for a couple weekends in a row. The roll bar cage here is semi-gloss with also flat black as well to give it kind of a two-tone look. Same thing with parts. The interior is a custom mixed gray of Tamiya paints between black and white to give that look that I wanted based upon the pictures that I have of this exact build before it was sold in the late 90s. This is my one and only build of 2025. 2025 was a busy year for me, so I'm happy to get this one done. This build started back in August, I want to say, and I really got to work on it in October, November, and then December it was really the point of finishing paint, installing everything, and then really getting it to be complete at this point. The one thing I still need to do is put the license plate on the back of it, which I will do. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I appreciate everyone. Have a great 2026, and I will catch you later.